We're seeing more women leave corporate now in droves. The majority of them are over 40. It's not because they're being laid off. It's because the constrictions in corporate, the layoffs, the attrition that we're seeing in corporate, the people that are left behind are being asked to do the work of three people. I'm talking to women right now who have said, my whole department has been decimated, and yet the work still needs to be done. So these women, and I'm here talking to the women, I know men are doing this too, but I'm here talking to the women. These women are doing the work of three people, and they're expected, without a pay raise, without the bonus, they're just expected to pick up the slack, and they're being told, be grateful. Be grateful you have a job. And a lot of these women are waking up, and especially if you're in your 40s and 50s and you've been climbing the corporate ladder for 20 years, you've been doing this year after year after year. You layer on kids, you layer on perimenopause, and a lot of these women are waking up and saying, enough is enough, I am done. And what I'm seeing right now in the market and in the landscape right now is more and more women waking up saying, enough is enough. I'm not going to keep doing this for a 2% raise and a bonus, and sometimes really nice bonuses. But it's not worth their health. It's not worth the missed time with their kids. It's not worth the stress. And they know that they can make a lot more money working for themselves, not waiting for someone else and the person above them to tell them what they're worth. These women are waking up saying no, and they're claiming what they're worth. And you can do that in the open market when you're working for yourself. Here's the thing. I'm not here to convince someone who's never thought about starting a business. I'm not here to convince you. And if you are 20 something and you just started working in corporate and you're like, I'm not fulfilled, I'm not that person to help you get out of corporate. Because here's the thing. I do believe corporate can teach us a lot of things. It can teach us skills and introduce us to experiences that we wouldn't be able to have on our own. At least that was my experience. And once you've been in corporate for 10, 20, 30 years, you've got the skills, the experience, the expertise to translate that into a business. Now, I'm not here telling you that it's better. I'm here to say, if you've been feeling like you want to, if you've been feeling like you've been called, you know there's something bigger and better for you out there. You know in your heart of hearts that you are meant to start a business, but you don't know how. Or you're surrounded by a lot of people, and maybe you grew up like I did with parents or mentors telling you, get a good job, climb the corporate ladder and you'll be successful. If that was the mentality, if that was the narrative that you grew up with, and now you're sitting here being like, this ain't it, I am not fulfilled. There's got to be something better than this. And you don't know how to make that happen, or you have a lot of layers of fears and doubts and limiting beliefs based on those childhood narratives. And you need help busting through that to get onto the other side and start that business, make the money that you are meant to make. This channel is here to help you do just that. I'm Sarah Janzen. I started Her Big Leap. It is a coaching company based on helping women over 40 with years of corporate experience leave corporate, start their own business, and replace their six-figure income without the financial risk of quitting without a parachute. All right? Subscribe here. We're going to be talking about all things how to leave corporate, start your own business without the risk, or at least minimizing the risk. The truth is, people say, oh, it's risky to start your own business. When I was growing up 40 years ago, the narrative was, and this is what I grew up with, get a good job. No, first of all, get good grades. Go to a good school, get a good degree, get a good job, climb the corporate ladder, work really hard, work your butt off, and I sure did. And then you'll be successful. Then you'll be financially free. That was true 40 years ago. Maybe it was true 30 years ago, but it sure as heck isn't true now. And the paradigm has shifted. Corporate is no longer the safe option that it was 30, 40 years ago when our parents were telling us what they knew. And the truth is, back then it was safer. You could get a great job at a great company, and you could retire with that company with a great pension. You and I both know if you've been in corporate for 10, 20 years, 30 years maybe, you know corporate is no longer the safe bet. It is no longer risk-free. You've been through too many layoffs, too many mergers and acquisitions to know that it's a guarantee, to know that it's a sure bet. The sure bet now is to have the skills and the know-how and the mindset to do it on your own, not depending on any corporation or any boss to hire you, but to create it yourself. Now, again, I'm not here to convince you of that. I'm here to speak to the women who are feeling called. If you've been called to know that you are meant for something more, you just don't know how to make that happen. Maybe you don't even know what that is, or you have some fears about it. Watch this space. I'm here to help you.